What's the difference between undue influence and financial exploitation? Hi, I'm attorney Paul DeLaurie, and I'll answer that question in 3 simple, fast steps. Step number 1, let's dive into what undue influence really means. Now imagine someone close to the person being influenced, maybe a caregiver or a new friend, maybe a romantic, maybe it's someone that they're romantically involved with, and they start suggesting changes to the person's will or estate plan. But it's not just suggestions, it's pressure, it's manipulation, and even isolation from loved ones. That's undue influence. It's subtle, it's often emotional, meaning like emotional pressure, and it erodes the person's free will, leading the person to make decisions that they wouldn't otherwise make. Step number 2, let's talk about financial exploitation. Now this is more direct than undue influence. It involves illegal or improper use of a person's money or assets, often without their knowledge. Now it could be someone taking their money, forging their signature, or even deceiving the person into signing documents that benefiting them. Saying, hey, this is just a piece of paper, so I can get you pizza tonight. And they're actually signing over the house, for example. Okay, silly example, but that's what I could think of right there. Okay, so unlike undue influence, financial exploitation can be easier to spot, but just as dangerous. Step number 3, let's talk about the key differences. So what separates undue influence from financial exploitation? The main difference lies in the approach and the evidence. Undue influence is about psychological manipulation, making it hard to prove without clear evidence of the influencer's manipulation. Usually the way we prove undue influence is, well, there's a couple ways here in Arizona. One is if you have witnesses, of course that's wonderful, but usually you don't have witnesses because this is usually done in private. It's usually done in secret. Now you can trigger a presumption of undue influence if 3 things happen. If the influencer was in a position, like in a confidential relationship, and if they were involved in procuring the document, if they called the lawyer to have the new will prepared, if they prepared the will themselves, if they drove the person to the lawyer to meet with the lawyer to sign the new will, that kind of thing. If they were involved in that way, and then of course the third part is if they benefited as a result of it, then that actually that flips the script a little bit, and now you don't have to prove undue influence. As long as you can prove those elements, then the other side has to prove that there was no undue influence. So that can make your job a little easier. Okay, so that's how we do undue influence. Financial exploitation, on the other hand, often leaves a paper trail. Unauthorized transactions, changed documents, or missing assets. Both are serious, obviously, but they affect the exploited person's rights and estates in different ways. Understanding the difference between undue influence and financial exploitation is crucial in protecting your loved one's rights and their estate, just because the way you have to go about presenting it to the court is different. That's why it's so important. If you suspect either one, it's important to act quickly and seek legal advice. Remember, your loved one's financial future might be at stake, okay? You don't want them to be homeless in the last bit of their life, or not have the money that they worked so hard for their whole life. And your future inheritance might also be at risk, of course. Now, speaking from the standpoint of the older person, the person who's being manipulated or influenced, they have a right to decide what happens to their own property, free from manipulation. So by you stepping up and seeking help, you're doing the right thing. If you have any more questions or need help navigating these complex issues, please just give us a call. Protecting your loved one's assets starts with taking the right steps today. I'm attorney Paul DeLaurie, helping you make informed decisions. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights, and we'll see you in the next video.